Hey everyone, it's me, X-Canadiensis. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I post new doll-related videos every single day, and today's video is going to be a walk through time as we go through all of the changes that Rainbow High has made in its 2.5 years on store shelves so far. And the reason I wanted to make this video is because I talk about this a lot, how much Rainbow High has changed, how much they're constantly elevating, how much they one-up themselves every time, but I haven't done a video demonstrating that specifically yet, and I thought this would be a great time to do so because Rainbow High, especially in 2022, has just improved so rapidly, so I just wanted to spotlight that and show the changes, good and bad, that have been made to the line over time. And I think I'm qualified for this because I've been collecting since day one, and I've even been collecting batch variants, so when there's like a second release that's quite different, I tend to try to grab it. So, for example, with Series 1, I have like a very important distinction to make between Series 1 and the second batch of Series 1, and I actually have been collecting these dolls since day one. I have one of the first reviews that ever went up on YouTube that wasn't PR related. I love these. They're one of my all-time favorite doll lines. I think they might become my favorite doll line throughout their lifetime as dolls. I just think they're absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dolls. So let's get started. I have them arranged kind of in a time sequence of when they came out, but I'm just going to pull them forward and talk about each of them. So, starting with Series 1. Series 1 was the first release of Rainbow High dolls, obviously, and they came out in July of 2020. They were so different. It's hard for me to describe how different these are to the doll world because now they're very standard, but at the time, we just came off of Monster High, Ever After High, Bratz. All these other doll lines have completely faded into, like, they're not in stores anymore. Oh, some of them were like 5+ years ago. We just had Bratz reboot go out. Like, things are looking grim for the doll world. LOL OMG has also just come out and is doing very well, but other than that, there's like no dolls on the market. You got Hair Adorables, Hair Amazing, you've got Wild Hearts Crew, there's a few other dolls on the shelves, but they're not doing so hot. LOL OMG is doing very well though. Let me make that distinction clear. And then Rainbow High comes out. Rainbow High at a retail price point, I couldn't believe it at the time. I think I even say it in all my original reviews that I'm just stunned at the price point because these were the first MGA dolls that I was consistently collecting. I had a few LOL OMG dolls, I really liked them. I had a few Bratz dolls, I really liked them, but nothing stuck for me quite like Rainbow High did. Rainbow High retailed for $25. They have full, thick heads of nylon hair, inset eyes, gorgeous face paint. They had 2 extremely detailed outfits, 2 pairs of shoes, hangers, a doll stand. They had so many wonderful things going for them, and I was completely stunned. They did have problems though, and these become immediately apparent as we go on within the timeline of Rainbow High. But for a brand launch, because every time there's a brand launch, especially a completely new IP like this, there's going to be some clunkiness along the way. So here's an example of a Series 1 doll. They have these really funny stands. So if you've seen the more recent Rainbow High doll stands, I just want to grab one. They are much thinner. The original ones, I don't know why they look like this. They don't even like hold the dolls well. They're very clunky and weird. The new ones are much, much better. But other than that, they're basically the same. So that I'd share that difference. Another weird thing that I wanted to show you that they didn't fix for a long time, so this is a problem quite a bit into the line, is that the articulation didn't super work. So this is another Sunny doll. This is a different Sunny. I'm going to tell you about this one in a second, but as you can see, they can't fully articulate their knees. This baffled me when I first opened. Poppy and Ruby were my first ones. I was just so confused because in the pictures I could see double jointed knees and I got so excited. These dolls came with heavily gelled hair, but Sunny has quite a bit free. I never did wash out my original Wave 1 Sunny's hair, just because I was nervous about ruining her hairstyle. The original Wave 1 Sunny has kind of a different hairstyle than the later ones, so honestly I'm glad that I didn't mess it up. And now let me show you how different, because people get upset when you say that Series 1 wasn't like super amazing, and I want to show kind of why I say that. Now for the time and for a brand launch, they were amazing, but look how much different. This is the second batch that came out in late 2020, and this is the original Sunny. And you can see that they are very, very different. Even the hairstyle is different, and the lips are done differently. The shine on the skin, this wasn't the best example probably. In fact, I'm gonna go get an original Series 1 Jade in a second so that you can see how shiny their skin is. And even the eyes are different. You can see that the eye construction on these is really weird, and you can see these bubbles in them. That was across the board with Series 1. Not all of the dolls will have it, but it was very, very common. It looks very weird. And the skin was way shinier. And another big thing that I'm not sure if people realize is that up until much later, you could not articulate the heads more than just a swivel. So, also they weren't amazing at sitting, like, to a right angle. You could do it with some dolls, but others you would absolutely not be able to do it. Yeah, so that's Series 1, the originals. I'm not gonna go this far into detail for all of them, but I felt it was important with Series 1. So the darker skinned dolls, which are Skylar and Sunny from the original Wave 1, don't show how bad the shiny skin looked because it honestly looks really good on them, but dolls like Jade, Ruby, Poppy, Violet, their skin, you can really see it. They used a lot of shine on their faces. Some people prefer this. I really liked it at the time. I thought it was super cool that they were glittery, but I think that it's too much in Series 1, in my opinion. And you can really tell a Wave 1 versus a Wave 2 Series 1 doll apart from how much shine is on their face. With Sunny, it's a bit more difficult. The big indicator of the wave of Sunny you have, in addition to just the makeup, is if you have white lines on the lips or not. The original Series 1 did not have white lines on the lips. They're kind of like, you can see them. They're not like really thick white lines. They're these really subtle metallic lines. Anyway. Then we get into Cheer. So Cheer was our first budget-friendly line, but I don't know what happened with this line. So these dolls, again, retailed for about $26.99, you know, around $25. These dolls retailed for like $22. So they didn't come with a stand. Oop, she fell. These dolls didn't come with a stand. They didn't come with a second outfit. They didn't come with hangers. Like, they didn't come with all these things that made Rainbow High so special because they're budget dolls, and that's fine. The Cheer dolls were $22.97, I think was the original retail cost, so they retailed for about $22, whereas these retailed for $26 and came out a few months earlier. So a little weird that there was a $4 difference, and this doll came with 2 outfits. This doll came with 1. This doll came with a stand and hangers. This doll didn't even come with a stand, let alone hangers. So it was kind of weird that there was such a huge pricing difference, because it's like, is the second outfit and all of these other really cool things, do those only equate to like a $4 difference? It's very odd. But Cheer to me was a huge positive sign for Rainbow High because so much changed in so little time with these. And these second batch Series 1 dolls that, in my opinion, look so much better, came out around the time of Cheer. So they kind of have that updated Series 2 Cheer look to them. And they came out at the end of 2021, so just a few months later. And you can see how different they are. First of all, they had totally matte faces. Like, they don't even have glitter on their faces. Just totally matte. Also, I want to make this clear. These do not have neck articulation. The original releases of them did not. There are re-releases that do have neck articulation. So if you happen to buy them after release, considerably after release, there are versions that do have neck articulation. Rainbow High, or MGA, was like really cool for some reason and went back and re-released every doll that didn't have neck articulation with neck articulation afterwards. So that was actually really cool. And again, I mean like the expanded articulation that the more recent dolls have, where they can kind of bob side to side and stuff. But other than the updated faces, Cheer remains the same as Series 1. But important note, and in my opinion, the screenings get a lot better. Screening means like the way they do the face paint, essentially. I think that in Series 1, they didn't know 100% how to, you know, contour the face and do the makeup to make it look super interesting and like more realistic, more just in my opinion, prettier. And Cheer really captured that absolutely beautifully. I think they're amazing dolls. But they were a little weird because they didn't come with stands for $22. Anyway, and next we move into Series 2. So Series 2 came out in early 2021, late 2020, just depends on when you found them. Bella actually came out first, which was something I forgot about. Bella came out first, and then the rest of Series 2 came out, but Bella is a Series 2 doll still, so I brought Bella over. So other than Bella, they all have the updated shine removal. I don't know why they did this to Bella. I think they wanted Bella to look more like a Series 1 doll, or Bella was actually manufactured to be Series 1 and was just removed. That's the prevailing theory. So, you know, Bella with her face paint fits right in with Jade. Also, I do need to say that I have studio lights. They don't look as bad without the harsh lights on them, but it still bothers me in pictures and stuff, so, you know. Anyways, so Karma is the specific one that I brought over because she's the first Rainbow High doll with brown eyes. And her and Kaya and then Laurel are like the only ones with brown eyes for quite a bit of time after too. It's a bit strange. They seemed allergic to using brown eyes for a while, and I'm glad they've kind of corrected that. I need to say that, like, in Series 1, every single character has blue eyes, some variation of blue, including, I mean, except Sunny. Sunny had green eyes. And then, of course, that continues into Cheer. And then with Series 2, this is our only brown-eyed character. It took a while, and they're still using that weird purple color more often than brown. You know, the most common eye color in the world. Bit weird. There's still some problems with Rainbow High, don't get me wrong. I do really love them, but I think it's important if you love something and enjoy something that you have a healthy level of critique for it. Anyway, Series 2 also has quite a few variants right off the bat. We had Crystal. Her original packaging actually said Jet Dawson on it. That was her original name. They switched it. So Jet Dawson is on the packaging, and they just colored over it with Sharpie and stuck a sticker on it. Karma has some variants. So this is kind of the relaxed eyebrow. There's a more like angry looking eyebrow expression. I never found that one. I really like that one. And there were face paint variations too. There were a lot of interesting variations in this lineup. I think they changed a lot of stuff about Series 2 last minute, but I think Series 2 is really strong. I think people like harshly critique Series 2, and oh, we get the first boy Rainbow High doll here too. And these dolls still come with stands, hangers, 2 outfits, the works. I personally really like Series 2. I think there's some weird fashion decisions, at least in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of some of Stella's pieces. A few of Karma's pieces aren't my favorite. Crystal's whole outfit, other than a couple of pieces, I'm not a big fan of. There's some weirdness, but I think Series 2 specifically, like facially, the colors were very pretty. Oh, and Series 2 doesn't display well because the rainbow is like weird. The colors, it doesn't seem like Series 2 was meant to be displayed as a rainbow. Like they weren't meant to be rainbow dolls. They were just meant to be some kind of expansion set to your Rainbow High collection. Karma's just so pretty. I really like Karma. Her hair is so wildly different too. Yeah. Alright, so in 2020 we had Series 1 in July. We had Cheer. I don't even honestly know if I can pinpoint exactly when those came out, but it was between July and December. And then at the end of December, early January of 21, Series 2 came out, and that's all we had in the first 6 months of Rainbow High, and it's all we had almost until the year mark, because the next line of Rainbow High dolls did not come out until June, and those were the twins. So I need to preface this by saying that I customized my other twins, so that's why I pulled over this one, who happens to have bangs, so sorry about that. But the Devious twins came out around the year anniversary of Rainbow High. We actually had 3 releases right around the year anniversary of Rainbow High, and this is the largest improvement I have ever seen in a doll line within like the first 5 years, let alone in the first year. So these were so cool. So there was a lot of criticism at the time, a lot of it being lodged against the creator of Rainbow High and a lot of other things going on. And big ones were the eye color issue, the skin tone issue, a lot of the issues with the dolls themselves, so the articulation being weird. And honestly, it seems like they took a lot of criticism and used it for the better, which is pretty cool. So the twins were the first dolls to implement a lot of these changes. First of all, this is the second face sculpt in the line. So any doll from before the twins has the same exact face sculpt. I do believe that they updated the original face sculpt in some way, but I could be wrong. I think that some dolls with the original face sculpt look a little different than others. But they almost never use the original face sculpt now, and in my opinion, it's for the best. They were very, very cute at the time, but all of the new face sculpts are a lot cuter in my opinion. So the twins, again, new face sculpt, which was very cool. Also, more articulation. They fixed a lot of this is still not perfect, but it's better than it was. They fixed a lot of the articulation issues. Excuse that she's not wearing shoes also, by the way. This is not supposed to be my main display Laurel. It's just, I did an eye swap on the others, and then my other ones need their hair fixed because I take them places because I love these dolls. These dolls are just so cool, and yeah, I really appreciate this release. They were a kind of a special release, so they were a bit weird. They did not come with second outfits. They came with like extra train cases with earrings and purses in them. First purses that actually came with the dolls. All right, and then we have, oh my gosh, her earring fell out. It's just been like that in the background this whole time. She has a earmuff earring, by the way. Love it. The next doll is Winter Break Violet, and these came out late June, early July 2021. Oh my gosh, 2021. So this is now the third release of the Series 1 dolls. They slowed down on doing this, just so you know. There's only 4 releases of the Series 1 dolls, unless you count batch variants, but because they'll consistently re-release batch variants of Series 1 dolls. They always want some representation of the main characters on the shelves, which makes sense for people who are fans of the show. Or, like, all of the merchandise has the Series 1 characters on it, you know, it just makes sense. So, this is actually a, like, I cannot tell what batch of Series, or Winter Break this is, but it doesn't really matter that much. These implemented the neck articulation change. They also have a unique sparkle to their skin. So they have, like, I know it's hard to tell, but her sparkle is, like, purple, and it's so subtle and pretty. I really, really love it. So this is more like what the Batch 2, like, Ruby looks like, for example. Just a much subtler glitter, and I really, really love it. You can see huge changes to the way they do the makeup around this time, too. There's, like, more glitter, more like, they're experimenting a lot. Some of them, in my opinion, weren't the best. Like, there's a lot of them that have this really harsh line here. So, like, Winter Break Sunny has, like, a super harsh line here of, like, where it's super shiny from the makeup and where it just isn't. And this doll does, too, but it's harder to see it, I guess. And it looks very, very rough. A lot of them have super thick eyeliner on the bottom, which, in my opinion, doesn't look super good on Rainbow High. So, Jade, for example, has that. I really like these. These were super cool, actually. These were $35, which was heavily criticized at the time, but they came with 2 outfits still. They came with their winter gear. Like, by gear, I mean the actual things. So she came with skis, for example, and the skis are actually really cool to me. They have, like, moving parts so that you can stick their little feet in them. So they came with, like, an ice skating outfit and a skiing outfit. So this is the ice skating outfit for, or no, this is the skiing outfit, but she's wearing the ice skates in this outfit for some reason. I mean, it's a fashion doll, you can do whatever you want with it. These came with a lot of extra cool accessories too, some of them. So she comes with the really cute earmuffs. She comes with the earrings in the earmuffs, which is so ridiculous. I love it. And these beautiful, beautiful tights. Like, Winter Break, in my opinion, was like, I understand the criticisms completely and I agree with them, but God, they were high quality. They were really, really good. And unfortunately, the prices from here on out go all over the place. They still have seemingly not figured out what they want to do with the prices of these dolls, because they have been all over the place, unfortunately. But honestly, in my opinion, $35 for these was pretty fair, considering. But when you look at them compared to these, it's like, why am I paying $10 extra for this? And I do believe these came with stands. Sorry, I was, like, gaslighting myself. So, the original Winter Break dolls come with stands. So, for some reason on the manifest, or there's no manifest on the box that I found, at least on the packaging that I have. Manifest being, like, what they come with. And then, when I look at the website, like, the LOL Surprise website, which is MGA's website that they sell stuff through, and Amazon, nowhere lists that they come with stands, but I just unboxed this doll yesterday. They come with stands. And I remember that being really cool at the time, because to me, and to MGA seemingly, these count as stands. They can stand on these pretty easily, but they also came with actual doll stands, and at the time I remember being really excited about that, because that meant that I had stands for my cheer dolls, and then my Winter Break dolls could stand on their own. Anyway, I just thought I'd share. Also, another change that I forgot to point out is that they didn't originally come with painted nails, but they started painting the nails in cheer. So, another change. And now, like, every single Rainbow High doll has painted nails. I cannot think of one that doesn't. All right, so then and then we have our kind of second special edition, or technically third, because the twins also counted as a special edition release, but this was one of the first special edition releases that felt like a special one. She had, like, a really big, interesting box. She had the really cool dress extra piece. This doll, I still believe, was way overpriced, so she was $60. I think at $40 she would have been pretty fairly priced, but whatever. The main thing that I have to point out about this release, not only does she have matte skin again, like, absolutely no shine to it, she has the like expanded articulation. So they haven't really done this again. They had plans to do it for the Rockstar dolls. There are bodies that came out of China that are the Rockstar skin tones, but with this articulation. Well, skin tones and the underwear, so it's clearly the rocker dolls. So she has a chest joint and she has an ankle joint, so you can see it there. Yeah, I think they haven't used that again. Perhaps Maria and Paris have it. I don't have them, so I do not know. But I was really excited about this extra articulation body, specifically this joint. I love chest joints. I feel like they add so much to a doll, but unfortunately they just didn't use it ever again. I don't know. Again, I do believe there are other releases that have it, but Lily Chang, who is the best Rainbow High doll and fully worth her price in my opinion, I wish that she had had the joint. But at the time especially, I kind of felt like she was worth it because of the new body they gave her, but I really wish that they had continued using it because Jet is not my favorite doll. She is cool though, but anyway. And then in September, so we're getting like June, July, August, September monthly releases at this point, which is kind of a lot, but there's always a lull at some point, so we do get a bit of a lull before another explosion of dolls, but they are releasing a bit faster than they were before. So here we have series 3. I picked Daria because, God, I just love this doll. She is so pretty. So we have a ton of new face sculpts. This is the first series that gets to have different face sculpts because Winter Break wasn't going to have it. Jet has it, but that's one doll. The twins have it, but that's just that set, you know? So we get several new face sculpts with Series 3, and they're all gorgeous, and they're all interesting. We also get some new eye colors, so you can see this really interesting new eye color. Really, really cool. But other than that, pretty standard Rainbow High series, but having the new face sculpts made Series 3 stand out so much. When you line up, like, just the random choices I made for Series 1, 2, and 3 for this video. They weren't 100% random, but you know. Look how much different, how much more polished and elevated the doll all the way on the right looks, at least in my opinion. Like, that looks like a completely different doll line to me. The improvement is so great. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so unbelievably, Series 3 retailed for $27.99. That is virtually the same price as Series 1 at launch, where you're into the line, lots of things are increasing in price. These dolls only got higher quality. They are so good at this point. They still come with all of the same stuff. Also, I kind of forgot to point this out, but the stands have changed. I believe the stands changed with the twins, but I'm not 100% sure if she is on her original stand, so please don't quote me on that. But Series 2, I believe, is the end of the weird blocky stands. Yeah, all of the same stuff, so 2 outfits. These ones even come with socks, which is very cute. Some of them come with socks anyway. We have new eye colors, new face sculpts, all of that stuff. And this is a huge turning point for Rainbow High, so let me demonstrate this just visually for you. So, this is the first year of Rainbow High. This is like the second year, kind of. Jet is kind of in the middle there. And then this is the third year. It's just such... The second year of Rainbow High was like a year of experimentation, but they really, really hit their mark here, and they explode in quality and detail and just everything. They get so much better after this. It's so cool. It's gonna be funny in 10 years when people want to act nostalgic and be like, Series 1 was the best series of Rainbow High, because they will be... I would laugh them out of a room for that, I'm sorry. Like, I would understand if somebody says that they prefer Series 1 because they just like them better, but it's not close in terms of quality. It's just not. They just improved so much. It's so impressive. And then in October, so they just keep every month, every single month. In October, we have the Rockstar and Slumber Party dolls. So pretty. So Carmen and Vanessa in particular are so interesting because they have like a completely different style of makeup to the other dolls. They just look so realistic and pretty. And I wasn't initially going to include these because these are just kind of like random lines that came out in between lines, but I decided to include her because this was the first Rainbow High doll that had edges, if I recall correctly. Painted on edges, and these were so cool. These are a bit misplaced, so excuse that, but look how they matched it to the hair on her head. Specifically, like, the rainbow parts. How cool is that? If I was being a doll designer and wanted it to be easy to manufacture and cheaper to manufacture, I would have just done the pink. I would have avoided the rainbow parts. So it's just really cool that they did that. And just stunning, stunning line. Also excuse that she's holding Uma's guitar. So these dolls were $50. I still can't believe that. Especially compared, I mean, the Rainbow High dolls that they put out for $50 really should be $35. So the big thing at the time was like, oh, maybe Winter Break was fine. Because these dolls, some of them come with instruments that are, like Carmen is not the best example here because she came with a guitar case. And that just feels more justified than, say, a microphone and an amp, you know? I don't know, because the guitar case has moving parts and different stuff going on, but still, like, where is that $15 price hike coming from with these? It's sort of weird, and you can see that these didn't hit super, super well. At least I don't believe they did. They cannot get these out of stores because they refuse to clearance them for some reason, but it's partially because they probably overproduced them too. But these were super popular when they came out. This was the first Rainbow High line where people were scrambling and freaking out and could not find certain characters. So the big one, well, it wasn't Rockstars specifically, it was the Walmart exclusives. Rockstars were Target exclusive and the Slumber Party dolls were Walmart exclusive. And the Walmart exclusive ones, specifically Brianna and Marisa, impossible to find. It was one or the other. Brianna was really hard to find, but I got lucky and found her early. Marisa, I could not find for months. My mom ended up buying her for me from Texas and shipped her to me because I could not find her. It was very, very annoying. And it just depended on where you lived, which character was impossible to find for you. So that was kind of interesting because that still really hasn't happened again with Rainbow High. Sometimes they'll be a bit slow to get to certain areas or you'll see certain characters way more than others, but I don't know. It has not happened quite like this wave did. But yeah, so the big thing here is that edges are introduced. And then we have a big lull again. This isn't really a big lull. So from October to January, we don't really see much. And then in January, we get Pacific Coast High. So these dolls are weird. So I think they were trying to do either a soft reboot into a new doll line a bit, or they were just trying to do an entire spin-off, but they dropped it so hard. So these are quite okay. So first of all, this is a first release Harper, so her skin tone on her body is different from the face. They fixed that, don't worry. But it's a bit jarring on this one, so sorry about that. Probably should have picked a different doll for this. Well, here, do both. So Pacific Coast was weird. These retailed for $35. They only came with one outfit, but they came with like a towel and a bag instead. You can decide if you think a second outfit or that is worth more to you. I don't know. Just depends on how you do your dolls. I personally really like Pacific Coast. I think they're awesome. They have new face sculpts. They're very, very beautiful. A lot of really cool stuff going on with them. So a weird thing with them that they tried and didn't really mess with again. They did have this in series 4 somewhat though. And again, please excuse this situation. It's just the first release of Harper. So they wanted to introduce flat shoes, but they didn't want them to be on the heeled foot, so they released these flat feet. For certain characters, right? So, I mean, it would be one thing if it was like, you know, this doll comes with heels, so she has heeled feet. This doll comes with flats, so she has flat feet. But, you know, if I wanted to put these shoes on Margot, I would not be able to do it. So they came with an extra pair of legs. Yeah, so there's Margot's flat feet. I like this idea in concept. It makes sense. In practice, it comes out very clunky. The legs, let me show you. This is a new one. Oh, much better now. Well, this is a later release of Margot, but the originals, oh my god, the legs were nearly impossible to get out of the dolls. It was so frustrating. And there was a big problem. My Phaedra actually has it where a lot of them would get like really, really damaged from the peg on the legs. So, okay, well, it just, as you can see, it takes a lot more force. And my Harper wasn't one of the more difficult ones, but some would like break or leave these really bad stress marks on the doll. It was just a disaster. So I rarely change out the legs, if ever. I change them like once for restyles and then I leave them alone. So that's just something to keep in mind. I really appreciate that they tried the new thing, and I think that's partially why these dolls are a bit more expensive. It's just because they had to tool these new leg things, and like that's new. Not my favorite change, but you know, they did try, and we'll give them that. All right, so next is the most recent release of the Series 1 characters. We have Junior High. So these, at first I thought they were going to do some kind of, I don't know, like past thing, but instead this is like a weird fan fiction being written about the characters when they were in junior high for the Vi life. I don't know. These dolls are absolutely adorable. These are $22 retail. They don't come with stands, which is very annoying. They don't come with second outfits. They come with backpacks instead. They're really, really good quality. I super like these. I don't think the price is the most fair, but they're so nice. And I picked Jade in particular for this because it's just another example of the Rainbow High team listening. The original, not the original Jade, I don't 100% know what order it was in, but the original Jade that revealed, like, there was a leak from Toy Fair actually was darker skinned. She kind of looked a lot like Karma, but she had a darker green hair color. She was gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. But there's a lot of sample heads coming out of China early on in Rainbow High that have a Band-Aid nose, and the fan base is in love with the Band-Aid nose, including me. I love it. I think it's so, so cute. And Rainbow High, the creators noticed that and listened, and they released this doll with the Band-Aid nose. And I think it's just a perfect release to have it, since this is like a past version of her. I don't know. I just thought that was really fun and sweet. And these dolls are super high quality. Their outfits, although they only come with one, are super detailed. So like, for example, she has little boxer shorts underneath here, and a lot of them come with socks. A very, very cute release. Also, their articulation, because these are new bodies, their articulation is much better. They're so easy and pleasant to move around and hold in your hands. They can actually kneel. I really wish these had the foot articulation though, because the articulation is so good. Like, just beyond more fun to pose. I really love it. It's weird because you'd think other Rainbow High dolls can pose like this, but they absolutely cannot. I don't know. There's just something so much more satisfying. See, I don't know. They just can't. There's something so much more satisfying about the way that these dolls pose, and they just look so cute, and they hold a pose so well. And these are a very fun little spin-off. And these little babies were released in around late February to early March of 2022. So not too long ago at this point. And then the big launch for this year, I actually got to be part of this launch. It is one of the greatest honors of my life. I am so grateful, and I love, 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 love it. So Shadow High comes out. These are unlike any other doll. Oh my god. So these are partially grayscaled versions of Rainbow High characters, and they're meant to be like foils. So this is Sunny versus Luna. Madison, they are twins. It's just so cool. And this doll is a factory sample. She has like a special sample stamp. So just so you know, she is a bit different because she was a PR doll. She's different than other Lunas. I actually do have new Lunas coming in the mail, so I get to find out what the differences are finally. I love Shadow High. Shadow High is so cool. These retailed for like the $27 price point. Thank goodness. Because no on that $35 price point. No, 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 no. With Pacific Coast. So Pacific Coast was weird and experimental, and I like that. I appreciate that they did that, but man, Shadow High is so much better. I just love Shadow High so much. So for that $27 price point, they're basically the same, which is really cool, and that's crazy. 2 years into a line, we've kept the same price and improved the quality this much. It's really, really cool. Unfortunately, it seems like going forward, we're going to be dropping quite a bit of stuff to retain the price point, which is a huge shame. I kind of understand why they have to do it. There's a lot of issues that are raising costs of manufacture, but it is sad as a consumer, but it is what it is. These dolls don't come with hangers though. That's the big difference. I'm pretty sure they don't come with hangers. For some reason I remembered them coming with hangers, but I have this oh my gosh, Natasha in box here, and the manifest does not mention hangers, and then I popped the back open to check, and there's no hangers in there, so pretty sure she didn't come with hangers, which is quite sad. They hopefully will keep releasing playsets that come with extra hangers. If they do that, then I won't care as much, but I really liked the hangers, so I'm kind of bummed that they're taking them away. Shadow High Series 1 also introduced rings onto the dolls. Little sculpted on rings. They're painted on both sides, and they have these long pointy nails, which is pretty cool. So they've introduced kind of extended nails onto the dolls with this line. I'm editing this video right now and I'm really kicking myself because I forgot to mention some really important things. So Shadow High unbelievably introduces fabric shoes, which have now become a staple. And like, again, at the same price point, they are coming with fabric shoes. This is unprecedented in fashion dolls. Like, here and there, maybe like once every 10 years, there would be a fashion doll with fabric shoes, and I mean a Playline fashion doll. Even collector dolls half the time don't come with stuff like this. This was mind-blowing. This was a big, big deal. And now they're pretty consistent. You see them all across the board. It's amazing. Alrighty. And then we move on to Series 4. So Series 4 had a special event. They had the Shadow High, Rainbow High event where you could get the twins, you could get Series 4. It was really, really cool. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go. I had to graduate with my master's degree that day. But I actually ended up moving to Alabama and finding them the day of the event. So that was really cool. I got very lucky and I was so excited to find them. And Series 4 is amazing. They have a bunch of new face sculpts. There's a character with albinism in Delilah. There's a character with vitiligo in Jewel, which is pretty cool. I wish that they hadn't so heavily leaned into that with marketing, because personally, MGA seems to be more of the company to just do it and not like expect to be praised for it. But they like, there's this really weird ad where they're like, Jewel, beautiful skin. It's a trip to watch, but whatever. Anyway, so these dolls are marked at a retail cost of like $26 to $27 on the current retailers right now, but I swear these dolls retailed for $30, but maybe I have my wires crossed somewhere. I don't know. But again, even if they were around $30, personally, the improvement between Series 1 for $26 and Series 4 for like $30 does not faze me. Like, I think that it is pretty justified. And God, I love Series 4. I think Series 3 is the most impressive when you place them within their, like, time that they came out. But Series 4 is probably my favorite series overall. They're amazing. They are amazing dolls. Gorgeous. We do have the hair gel returning, though. Series 3 didn't have a lot of hair gel, but Series 4, they do. But certain characters don't have a lot of hair gel, like Delilah doesn't. I almost left this out of the video, and I would have been so embarrassed. So I wasn't going to include the Storm Twins, which are Veronica and Naomi. They came out around the same time as Ainsley, a little bit after Series 4. And I was like, I'm not going to add them to this video. They didn't really add very much, but they did. They added something really big and cool. So this has been used again, so it's not just them. The Row 3 also have this. The Storm Twins introduced the manicured fingers. So not only are they painted nails, they are detailed painted nails. So here you can see Naomi's little design. How cool is that? They also have the rings, just like Shadow High Series 1. The rings are pretty standard. Like, a lot of characters come with the rings now. One of my favorite additions to the line. It's so cool. So cool. Yeah. Pretty cool. I still can't believe they paint both sides of these. See, so the Rainbow High dolls add, like, subtle things like this that are increases in quality and increases in the cost of production over time that, I don't know, we just don't even think about that much. Yeah. And then, strangely, we move into the Eurovision parody era. So Rainbow Vision happens. The rockers from Rainbow Dream are also, like, kind of spiritually part of this line. We get the Rainbow Divas, which is the doll that I brought over to represent this Rainbow Vision era. So we have Sabrina from the Rainbow Divas here. I was originally only going to show one Rainbow Vision dolls, but then I realized these are completely separate releases and they're very different, and I wanted to compare them a bit. So July, August, September. I did find my first one of these at the end of July, but you know, I didn't find these until September. So these were basically the first ones that anybody found. These retailed for $50 originally, but got bumped down to $40 pretty quickly. They come with 2 outfits, this big amazing train case, a bunch of little accessories, and a microphone, stand, second outfit. Best value in these. Rainbow Divas were the absolute best value. If you got them for $40, if you got them for $50, sorry, no, not good. Amazing dolls. These are some of the best Rainbow High dolls so far, in my opinion, in terms of the overall value, because their quality was so good. I mean, for $40, that's a big price for a doll, but God, did they come with a lot of stuff. They really felt like a premium release. And then Neon Shadow, they come with 2 outfits and their instrument. They didn't come with, like, a bunch of extra stuff, but I will say that instead of an instrument, these come with a bunch of little accessories. But to me, a bunch of little accessories is better than one big accessory, but that just depends on how you feel. Also, first doll with heterochromia right there. 2 different eye colors. And then the Royal 3 was weird because we've set a precedent with these 2, right? And then these dolls, they come with 2 outfits, which is cool. They don't come with instruments because they're a singing act. They just have a little headset, which is fine. And then that was basically it. They came with an extra t-shirt, so she's wearing the extra t-shirt that's meant to be worn by like other characters that are fans of them. And then they came with little magazines. That was it. A little weird, considering the Rainbow Divas were right there coming with like as much as they did. There was a lot of talk of like them coming with light sticks, like they should come with light sticks to make it more worth it. And funny enough, that seems to be planned. Like that seems to be something that was planned because some prototype images came out and they had light sticks. And I don't even mean light sticks that light up. I just mean like little sticks that they could have come with, but a little weird. I wanted to double check this. All of them, original retail is supposed to be $40. Some of them have dropped. So these were $50, they dropped to $40. Now they're at $35 at a lot of retailers, and all of them basically were at around $35 at a lot of retailers. So essentially they dropped to $35. For $35, steal. Fine. Okay. I guess your extra $5 goes toward the magazine and the shirt. Fine. Yeah. So that is the Rainbow Vision musical lineup. Moving into August, September of 2022, we have Rainbow Junior High Wave 2. I hope these are selling well with kids because they're a little bit cheaper, especially when the mainline Rainbow High dolls are getting more expensive. I really appreciate that there is going to be a cheaper alternative. These still retail for $20. They still come with the little backpacks. I quite like these. I think they got better. A lot of people don't like Series 2 of these, but I disagree with you. I think they're amazing. I love Series 2 as a doll line, so I was really excited about these. And yeah, nothing changed, but these happened. I don't even have them all yet. They're very, very cute, though. They have all of the same stuff going on as the original ones. Just very cute. Really like them. I really like that they get to experiment a lot more with the characters, and I really like this too because Series 2 didn't get the chance to be the most interesting doll line because it was Series 2, so it's kind of cool to see these characters reimagined, especially Crystal, because Crystal got done dirty by Series 2, and her junior high doll is so good. I actually do have her to review, I just haven't reviewed her just yet, and she actually is like the first main series Rainbow High doll that was not Finn that has textured hair, so kind of cool. Other than like just wire, like waves, crimps, or ringlet curls. All right, and then late September, early October. Some people found these dolls way earlier. These dolls had a disaster of a release. They had a really hard time getting these on store shelves. And that is Costume Ball. These are some of the best dolls ever created. I love these so much. Costume Ball is technically a Rainbow Vision line, but I don't honestly know why they made it Rainbow Vision. It's just a Halloween line. These dolls are so cool. These came out in October of this year. They were meant to be a Halloween doll line, but you know, some people found them earlier. Some people still haven't found them. There's 3 Shadow High dolls and 3 Rainbow High dolls. They retail for $40 for some reason, but disregarding that, I love them. These, unfortunately, seem to be the new standard for Rainbow High and Shadow High. They come with one outfit. They don't come with extra accessories. All they come with is a little note card that says, like, you're invited. The packaging has changed completely. Now it's like an opening little thing instead of being, you know, these style of packaging. And it seems like with Series 5 of Rainbow High and Series 2 of Shadow High, that is where they're going. The packaging is going to look more like that now. I don't mind the new packaging. You can open it up and see the doll. It's fine. But we are also apparently losing the second outfits. There's rumors that we're going to be getting fashion packs to make up for the outfits leaving, but I don't know. But I will say the $40 price point to me with these, they're such high quality, beautiful dolls. If I looked at these in a vacuum compared to any other doll that I've paid $25 for, I would be able to say easily that, yes, I would pay double for them. But it worries me that, I mean, compare even a doll that came out within the same year. Coco with this doll. Coco retails for about $30, and this is a $10 difference, and you lost so much stuff. These dolls are ridiculously high quality. I can't take that away from them. They are incredible. They come with so much detail. But I'm ending off this video just with where we are at the end of 2022. We have some other special release dolls that have come out, but I'm kind of going with main series unless a special edition has introduced something really different into the lineup. I am a bit worried with where we are right now. The future is a bit uncertain for Rainbow High. I think that there's a lot of weird mass hysteria over people spreading weird rumors. I don't think Rainbow High or Shadow High is going anywhere anytime soon. I think the dolls are doing fine. I think they're having a bit of a shift in direction. I think that they seem to want the price to go down, but they're having trouble meeting that profit margin that they need to keep going, or that they want to keep going, because at the end of the day, as much as I love these, and as much as we all love these and use them as comfort objects or playthings, or, you know, we enjoy them a lot, they are still ultimately just a vessel to make a company money, right? There's a lot more that goes into that, so I don't want to ever discredit, like, designers for that. You know, designers are trying to create a product that people enjoy, and a lot of people at the company, I'm sure, do care about that sort of thing, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's a company. The bottom line is the most important thing. They're there to make money. So that's why I think there's a bit of an identity crisis going on. I think they're having trouble figuring out what the right balance is. It's just, I don't understand why these were $40. I don't know the full company dynamics behind the dolls or anything, and I never will. There could have been more to that. Maybe the retailer, which was Walmart, these were Walmart exclusive, maybe it was the retailer that demanded the price. I have no idea, but going forward, it seems from leaks that I've seen that the dolls will be going down in price, but they are taking away the second outfits. That is really disappointing. One of the big things that set Rainbow High apart throughout its life were the second outfits. They came with 2 incredibly detailed outfits, but the price, I mean, I've been saying this since the beginning, the price is almost unbelievable how good it is, how low the dolls are priced for how high the quality of the dolls are. And I don't say that as a person being like, oh, they should raise the price, because no, I don't think so. I would always prefer to get things for cheaper, obviously. But I do also want the doll line to keep going, and if they have to take away the second outfits to keep the price point good, as long as they try to still give us options to mix and match the dolls for a reasonable price, I'll be happy with that. But I don't know what's going on with them. At the end of the day, I'm just a doll collector. I just like the dolls. I buy them because I see them on the shelves and I enjoy them. I have a bit of a weird position because I have a YouTube channel that people watch, so I have some power to the things that I say. So, and I want to make this very clear because I've seen some weirdness around this, because I have said before, mostly in jest, but I've said, like, oh, I would pay more for this doll. And when I say that, that's me complimenting the doll and saying, like, wow, this doll is so good and so affordable. When I say I would pay more for this, I'm not trying to say they should raise the price. I'm trying to say I am stunned by the price of this doll. I'm trying to say you're getting a good value. Me saying I would pay more for this is basically the exact same as somebody saying you're getting a good value for this item. So, you're not... These dolls are amazing, but you're not getting an amazing value for them at all. I would recommend a Series 4 doll instead. Rainbow High is very special. I really enjoy them. I think they're amazing. We're at the end of this video now. Going into the future, I really hope they can maintain high quality, detailed dolls that continue to elevate and introduce new things and innovate as they go. But I do worry a bit about some of the changes that are coming. So, let me know if you want to see a video like this at the end of next year, I guess, because I think that would be an interesting thing to look at, or I guess in July of next year, actually, when we hit the 3rd year of Rainbow High being on the shelves, because right now, I would be interested in doing this video again, just a similar video, kind of a retrospective, my thoughts, when we reach the next anniversary of Rainbow High, which is in July of 2023. The dolls came out in July of 2020, and by then, we will be seeing what's going on with Rainbow High and how they've changed, and I can kind of discuss my thoughts on that. I'm very curious, and I'm very excited to see what the future holds for them. From the little tidbits that we've seen of the next series of Rainbow High and the next series of Shadow High, they seem so cool. I cannot wait to actually see the dolls. There seems to be some delays right now, but I think those are being misconstrued a bit. Ultimately, I nor anybody else knows what is going on with these companies, except the people who actually work at the companies and the people who are directly responding to these things. But I will say that there's some huge issues going on in China where the dolls are manufactured, in terms of, I believe there was another outbreak there, so there's a lot of slowdowns going on, and I do believe that's why the dolls were delayed, but ultimately, I don't know. I think they were delayed for that. Also, I think a big reason, because I know this directly because I actually spoke to people at MGA about Costume Ball, because I went to a Costume Ball event and got to talk to them there. And they were really, really cool and talked to us about a lot of things. There was a big issue getting Shadow High, it's not Shadow High, getting Costume Ball out in time. So I think they're trying to slow down, because it must have really, really stung that they worked so hard on marketing Costume Ball. They had a lot of things planned that didn't end up happening, and a lot of things like went down with the Costume Ball marketing specifically. And marketing costs a lot of money. So they put all this money into marketing the dolls, and then the dolls weren't even on shelves by the time all the marketing was over. I did not start seeing these dolls consistently in stores until like mid-November. That's how bad it was. And across the main market in the US, that's not really acceptable, and it's because of problems with getting them out of China. Like, I remember asking somebody there, because we were at an event for Costume Ball, and they only had like 2 characters on the shelves at the time, so I asked, like, hey, where are the Costume Ball dolls? And they were like, they're still in China. Like, the dolls that were supposed to be at that event, they just did not make it. The exact dolls that were supposed to be at that specific event. So, like, there's some issues. So that's kind of why I think they slowed down a bit, but anyway, that's it for this video. I would love to know you guys' thoughts on what's going on with Rainbow High. I love them, and I'm very, very excited to see what the future holds for them. Anyway, bye! For real this time, thanks so much for watching. Bye!